Okay, let's talk about it. If you've been anywhere near the skincare community lately, you have absolutely heard the whispers and the screams about one ingredient. It's this wild new thing that has totally divided everyone, promising these unbelievable results, but with well, a pretty intense feel. We're talking about spicules. And I'm not kidding when I say it has split the internet. On one side, you have people just raving, calling it their holy grail for getting that perfect glassy skin. But then you hop over to the other side and the reviews are yikes. People are saying it feels like rubbing fiberglass or straight up sandpaper on their face. So what is the deal here? First things first, spicules aren't some scary lab-created chemical. Nope, they are completely natural. They're these tiny microscopic needle-like structures that literally make up the skeleton of marine sponges. Just think of them as this super fine natural framework made of minerals like silica. They've been in the ocean forever, but they're just now hitting the big time in our skincare. The real power of spicules, the thing that science actually backs up, isn't just about poking your skin. It's about being a genius really, delivery system. So here's how it all works. When you massage a product with spicules into your skin, those tiny little needles create these temporary, totally invisible microchannels. It's like opening up thousands of tiny little doorways for all the other good stuff in your serum, your peptides, your vitamins, your hyaluronic acid, to travel way deeper into the skin than they ever could on their own. The result? You are basically supercharging all of your other ingredients. And, as a bonus, this whole process gives your skin's natural exfoliation cycle a nice little kickstart. So let's just make this crystal clear. The #1 reason to use spicules is to make your other products work better and harder. That's the main event. All those other amazing benefits you hear about, the smoother texture, the faded dark spots, that amazing radiant glow, that's all coming from that powerful combination of deeper ingredient delivery and faster cell turnover. It's a real 2-for-1 punch. Okay, so we get the science now, but that leads us to the biggest question of all. Is this something that you should be trying? Because let me tell you, this is definitely not a one-size-fits-all kind of ingredient. So let's get strategic and figure out if it's right for you. So you might get a big green light on this one if your skin is pretty tough and not easily irritated. If your main goals are anti-aging, or you're fighting those super stubborn dark spots and acne marks, or you just want to smooth out some rough, uneven texture, well then spicules could be an absolute game changer in your routine. But, and this is a huge but, here is the hard stop. A definite red light. If you have sensitive skin, active acne, rosacea, or if your skin barrier is feeling at all compromised or damaged, please avoid these products. Also, if you're a total beginner to active ingredients, this is not where you want to start, and there's a really important reason why. And this quote just says it all. Spicules are not picky. Those little microchannels are an open invitation for everything. They let in the good stuff, like your amazing peptides for sure, but they can also let in the bad stuff. Irritants, allergens, bacteria. Your skin barrier is the bouncer at the club. And if that bouncer is already weak, using spicules is like firing him and just opening the doors to chaos. So let's say you've listened to all of this, you've weighed the pros and cons, and you think your skin is tough enough for the challenge. Awesome. Now let's take a little tour through the products out there, because it is so important to start smart and not just dive headfirst into the most intense thing you can find. Level 1 is the perfect place to start. This is your gentle entry point. We're talking about things like wash-off masks, like the Medi-Peel Herbal Peel Tox. The concentration of spicules in these is so low, you honestly might not even feel them. It's more about getting a really nice, gentle exfoliation and clearing out your pores. It's like a little taste of the benefits without any of the intense drama. Okay, ready to level up? Welcome to level 2. Here you've got creams and serums where you are definitely going to feel that signature prickly, tingly sensation. A fantastic example is the Verily Nano Lifting Cream. It combines spicules with 10 different peptides, making it a true anti-aging powerhouse. With these kinds of products, you should expect to see some visible peeling about a week later as your skin goes through that renewal cycle. All right, now we need to decode the product line that really puts Spicules on the map, VT Cosmetics. I know, it looks super confusing, but it's actually a pretty simple system once you know the code. First, just look at the number on the box, 50, 100, 300. That's the intensity. If you're new to this, you always start at the bottom with 50 or 100. Then, once you pick your intensity level, you just pick your shot based on your goal. As you can see, the green Spiculine is your soothing, gentle starting point.
For anti-aging, you want the light green Redia line with retinol. For fading dark spots, grab the orange brightening line with niacinamide. And for a big boost of hydration and plumping, the pink collagen line is your go-to. Easy, right? And finally, we have level 3. This is the big leagues, concentrations of 700 and up. And I'm just gonna be honest with you. For most of us using these at home, the pain is just not worth the gain. The potential for serious irritation can completely cancel out the benefits. These are really best left for professionals or for very, very targeted spot treatments on a stubborn mark, and only if your skin is basically invincible. And that brings up a really important strategic question, doesn't it? Is this physical method of poking tiny holes in your skin the only way to get these kinds of results? Absolutely not. There is a completely different approach, one that uses light instead of needles. Let's take a quick look at how that works. So you've got spicules on one side giving you that physical stimulation, but on the other side you have something like LED therapy, which uses different wavelengths of light to talk to your skin cells from the inside out, energizing them and telling them how to behave. It's a completely non-invasive way to get to some very similar goals. And this just shows you the options you have. Red light is the gold standard for anti-aging. It goes deep and tells your cells to make more collagen. Blue light is a lifesaver if you're prone to breakouts, thanks to its antimicrobial powers. And green light? Oh, green light is a savior for calming down redness and irritation. It's perfect for the day after you've used a strong, active ingredient. The goal is never to just jump on every single trend that goes viral. Real power comes from understanding the why, the mechanism behind the hype. Because when you truly understand how an ingredient works, you can confidently decide whether to hire it for your team or fire it from your routine. You now have the tools to look right past all the flashy marketing and see the actual science. You know what questions to ask. So my final question for you is this. With this new power to analyze and understand, what trend, what ingredient are you going to investigate next?